Hey peeps, it's Tripl-L, and today I'm here to bring you a bit of YouTube related news and my overall thoughts about it. It's the YouTube Heroes program. YouTube doled out this little initiative about September 20th. They released a video talking about it or explaining the general process of it. And in this video, because it's a YouTube related change and because YouTube has been in a kind of state of flux recently, I kind of want to talk about it and just my overall impressions and opinions on this. And I just want to start out by saying there is absolutely nothing wrong in YouTube chasing an ideal where it involves a nice place where ideally no one has to get hurt or get called horrific things for no reason. And, that is a perfectly admirable ideal, but we live in a less than ideal world. And because of that, we needed this system in the first place. So the YouTube Heroes program, what it effectively does is it gives more power to people who effectively volunteer. And the overall goal, like the real goal here, is to just make YouTube a safer space, a space that people adhere to the community guidelines and they do generally, make people not be dicks is effectively what this goal is to eliminate the dicks. And that's totally fine. How could you really stand against that? Those 3-word comments that sometimes get by, just saying something bad to one commenter, that's a good thing. And the YouTube Hero program, it does show that it's not a program that's just slighted against creators. It's a program that involves doing good things like adding subtitles or captions to a video, or checking out the comments and removing comments that are bad, and then of course flagging inappropriate comment on YouTube. Now the inappropriate comment thing is the one that really gets people, the inappropriate content, because there are a lot of channels that are based around hate and things that generally go against the community guidelines. The thing here, though, that we have to understand with this YouTube Heroes, and the reason that it kind of worries me a lot, is that think back to the majority of programs that YouTube has on it right now. There's Content ID, there's the copyright claim system, and then there's the recent thing of not advertiser friendly. Of those 3 systems, I think Content ID is by far the most impressive, only because Content ID is very hard to get around and it accomplishes its purposes of IDing content. It's actually ridiculously, wow, it's incredible how well that thing is done. It's very hard to get around Content ID most of the time. But then we have the other 2 things. The copyright system in recent months has shown that it can be easily abused. This is a fact. There are people who can just go on YouTube and claim they are someone and take down videos. It's happened. It's a thing. It's a fact of a thing. And then YouTube had to doll out a change where while the video is being reviewed, no one is making money on it, because it turned into an issue where a lot of people were losing money when someone fraudulently claimed the video. Okay, that's one issue. And then the next issue in the recent not advertiser friendly was that if people had certain tags or titles, the video would be marked as not advertiser friendly. Eventually, people learned that the way to get around that was easily to not put in those tags, and then they could continue doing their content. Now, both problems you could really see, they really stem from one main factor, and that's the fact that YouTube doesn't have enough employees to deal with the millions of videos uploaded to their site in a day. That's why the volunteer program came about, really. You're getting more manpower to help on YouTube because the YouTube staff just can't do it anymore. And when you look at the recent change, like the not advertiser friendly algorithm, yeah, it's a totally faulty algorithm. It doesn't really, well, not faulty, but it doesn't really accomplish the overall purpose of what it set out to do. And that's why the YouTube Heroes seems like a better idea on paper, right? But it still doesn't remove the fact that YouTube systems are exploitable and the fact that YouTube just doesn't have enough staff. Now, with the whole, let's say, we're just going to talk about the moderation aspect, people reporting videos and reporting other commenters. Now, in that aspect, think about it this way. Every day, there's hundreds of thousands of videos uploaded to YouTube. Let's assume that every video has 10 super negative comments that have no place being there. And so originally it became a problem. YouTube just can't keep up with checking all those videos. But now it's, what if you have your YouTube Heroes pretty much reporting in those comments, there's now 10 more for every video. And that's, do the multiplication. And then it's a giant workload. I really do not envy the person who has to sit through all those reports. In a situation where someone horrifically irresponsible becomes a YouTube hero and just starts mass flagging things he dislikes and things that really are still within the community guidelines. That's pretty much the worst case scenario if it does happen. Like some kid somewhere just deciding, yeah, I'm gonna screw this channel over. Now, the thing about the YouTube Hero program is that it does seem to have some kind of authentication process. And if it does have an authentication process of people who have like a pretty good track record of staying within the YouTube rules, then that's totally cool. I would love to see that get dolled out, because that at least is manageable. At least you have some kind of degree of trust within the YouTube heroes. Now, the bad thing is, if there is a YouTube hero who happens to have a bad day and very much disagrees with a content creator on some point, they might try to screw them over. And the question is, what happens when your video is being checked? What's going to be the process? I know that YouTube already has a flagging system in place, but it'd be interesting to see what exactly would happen. Overall, though, this program seems to be one that rewards people who do the due diligence in removing hateful content and comments from YouTube. But now you have to wonder, what's going to happen to the channels that run on hate or run on making fun of others? Those channels, I feel, would be the biggest ones hit. But so far, they haven't been removed by YouTube anyway, and those are the biggest channels, right? So would the YouTube Heroes program make a change in that? Would people actually be able to go and remove these channels or like report these channels and get points for it? It's very interesting. And in the video for the YouTube Heroes, one of the scariest things is the ability to mass flag videos. Like when I saw that, I'm just thinking, oh my God, that's the ultimate troll tool. What's gonna happen? That's crazy. And yeah, if this system isn't regulated enough and YouTube drops the ball on this, what's going to happen? Like, people are going to get screwed over hard, and then it's going to cause more trouble for YouTube because they also have to go through the process to check every one of these videos. I don't think the video is going to be able to just be removed just like that. On the YouTube Heroes site, they do say that the videos will have a 24-hour period, or your points will have a 24-hour period while it's being validated to make sure it's confirmed. And that's the thing, right? That they're going to be validating it. I don't think they'll be using an algorithm, but still, that's a lot of hours to put in. And if people are like mass flagging videos to get their points, that'll be crazy. That'll be hard on any employee. So I really do want to think that the YouTube Hero program does have some kind of authentication process to make things slightly easier on YouTube's side. Anyway, peeps, overall what I'm getting from this system, like I said, it's a good ideal to have. It's good to want to make your website a relatively nicer place, because a lot of times it is the filthiest. I just hope that the way that they do this, the way that they try to accomplish this goal, doesn't end up being an ineffective way by the ways of the not content ID, the tags checking system for advertiser friendly. I hope it's not something that can be easily abused or worked around like that. Like, I really hope they have some kind of process here. Anyway, peeps, I think that's all I'm going to say on the matter. It's going to be really interesting to see what exactly happens in the future with this program. Anyway, peeps, till next time, have a good day. Make sure you tell me what you think about the YouTube Hero system, if you think it's a good thing or if you see the potential of it being misused.